Hi everybody, it's Manik, and today I am once again back with another video. Uh, in this video I will not discuss the topic in Bengali. Today I am going to discuss it in English. So let's start. Today's topic is, of course, one of the greatest tragedies in English literature, Othello. Othello is a drama written by William Shakespeare. And before moving into the summarization of the text, I will start with the discussion about the play. But before that, I will also try to say something that these text or all these pictures are collected from the internet. So uh, I have to take it for the better teaching to you. Let's start. Othello, the tragedy of Othello, or the Moor of Venice, is a tragedy by William Shakespeare. And it has been thought that the play may have written in 1603. And the story revolves around its two central characters. The first one is Othello, and he is a Moorish general in the Venetian army. And other character is his unfaithful ensign Iago. Ensign is a kind of military soldier, in category or in the status very much lower in position. And in the play there has been various themes of racism, love, jealousy, betrayal, revenge, and repentance at the end. The play is also considered to be a prime example of Aristotelian drama. At the same time, it focuses upon a very small cast of characters and thought to be one of the most smallest scene in Shakespeare's body of work. And the play had few distractions from the main plot arc and mainly concentrates on just few central themes. Now, the source of the play. The plot of Shakespeare's Othello is largely taken from Giraldi Cinthio's Glee Hecatomite. It's a kind of tale of love, jealousy, and betrayal. However, the characters, themes, and attitudes of the two works, that mean the works of Giraldi Cinthio and William Shakespeare, are vastly different, with Shakespeare's play being a more involved study of human nature and psychology. And another possible source was that of description of Africa by Leo Africanus, though it was not the prime source from Shakespeare has taken. Shakespeare has taken the theme from the English translation by John Perry, and it was about written in 1600, and the title of that work was A Geographical History of Africa, written in Arabic and Italian by John Leo Amor. Okay, and from that Shakespeare has taken the rest of the source. Okay, now let's discuss about the characters of the play. The first main character you are seeing in front of you, that Othello. Othello is the play's protagonist, and he is the hero. And he's a Christian Moor, general of the armies of Venice. He is very much eloquent, physical, powerful figure, and he is respected by all those around him. In spite of his goodness, he has been fading from two lackness. The first one is that of jealousy, and the second one is that of his pride. Okay, Othello, at the end of the play, we have found that he understood that his manners were kind of rough. Okay, now the next character, and the next character is Desdemona. Okay, so Desdemona, she is the daughter of the Venetian senator Brabantio. Desdemona, we have found in the play that she is a typically pure and meek, determined and self-possessed kind of characters. At the beginning of the play, we saw her that she is married to the central protagonist of the play, that means Othello. Now the third character is Iago. Iago is Othello's ensign, and uh, in the play, his role was kind of villain. Okay, and he is of 28 years old, and he is very much responsible to evolve around the plot of the play, and he is very much jealous with Othello and his lieutenant Cassio, the character we are going to study next. Okay, and he is mostly immoral, but he is a very tactical person. He's very perspective keen and able to manipulate people into falling for his deceptions. Now the next character is Cassio. His full name is Michael Cassio. He is Othello's lieutenant, and he is a young and inexperienced soldier. So that's the main issue. Being an inexperienced soldier, he has given the post of lieutenant. So Iago become so much angry with that. Okay, and Iago uses Cassio's youth, good looks, and friendship with Desdemona to play on Othello's insecurities about Desdemona's fidelity. Now the next character, and it's Brabantio. Brabantio is Desdemona's father, and he is a senator and renowned citizen of Venice. He is not at all pleased by Desdemona's decision of marrying Othello, and he in the play make good comment that Othello, who is marrying Desdemona, and Desdemona, who is actually betraying her father. See, he told that, look, Timur, the girl who is cheating her father, she might cheat you in future. So that kind of premonition was told by Brabantio, and we will see it that premonition can affect on Othello at the end of the play, or at the latter part of the play. Now the next character is Emilia. Emilia is Iago's wife, and she is Desdemona's handmaiden. Though Emilia is not aware of her husband's machinations nor his darker qualities, she remains very much loyal to Desdemona, above all to others also in the play. Though she was unwittingly plays a key part in Iago's treachery. Now the next character is Monteno. Monteno, he was the governor of Cyprus. He, at the end of the play, we found that pronounces judgment on Iago, comments on the situation, and helps to wrap up the play. Now the next character, Roderigo. Okay, Roderigo is a Venetian rich man, and he always lusts after Desdemona, and thus he was a tool in Iago's treacherous plots. Iago always promises Roderigo that he shall have Desdemona's love in return for helping him. Roderigo actually receives nothing but a disregard to death at the end, when in the midst of the play we found that, and actually he was attempting to kill Cassius, but unfortunately he missed, but in the hand of Iago he died. Okay, so that's all. There are some minor characters too, but it will take a long time, so I am going straight to the summary of the play. I will discuss it to the step of like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4, and at the conclusion, Act 5. Let's begin. Act 1. Act 1 of Othello begins on a street in Venice, and it is in the midst of an argument between two people. The first one is Roderigo. He is a rich man, and on the other hand it's Iago. Roderigo has been playing he's requesting actually Iago to help him in its suite to Desdemona. But Roderigo had just learned that Desdemona has married Othello, a general whom Iago begrudgingly serves as ensign. Iago says he also hates Othello, who recently passed him over for the position of lieutenant in favor of the inexperienced soldier Michael Cassio. Okay, then Iago and Roderigo cry out to Brabantio that his daughter Desdemona has been stolen and married by Othello the Moor. And listening to this news, Brabantio got angry. He reaches his house and finds that his daughter is indeed missing. And he gathers some officers to find Othello. At Othello's lodging, Cassio arrives at that critical juncture with an urgent message from the Duke that Othello's help is very much needed in the matter of the imminent Turkish invasion of Cyprus. Not long afterward, Brabantio arrives with Roderigo and other soldiers and accuses Othello of stealing his daughter by witchcraft. Act 1 continued. Then we have seen that we are going to see that in the next scene that when he finds out that when Brabantio finds out that Othello is in his way to speak with the Duke, Brabantio decides to go along and accuse Othello before the assembled senate. So that's a good opportunity. Here in Othello's house, it could not be punishable thing, but if he is going to the court, there will be many persons who can support the senator. Actually, Brabantio was a part of a senator. Okay, now Brabantio's plan actually flattered in the court. The Duke and other senate are very sympathetic toward Othello. They give a chance to Othello to speak for himself. Then Othello explains that he would and own Desdemona, not by witchcraft but with the stories of his adventures in travel and war. That also the Duke and Arthur also find that Othello's explanation is convincing, and Desdemona at the same time come rushing and tells herself to the point by defending Othello that her choice in marriage, and also announced to her father that his father is allegiancing to one, and the allegiance is now not to Othello the Moor, but he is now her husband. So the allegiance is not to any other one. His allegiance is against her husband. So it's a kind of a big thing. The Duke says that Othello must go to Cyprus. Actually, in Cyprus, there is a kind of a battle is coming soon. The Turkish are going to attack that island. So at the time, Desdemona insists that she should accompany her husband on his trip, and the preparations are made for them to depart that night. And that's how the first act ended. Now, let us begin the second act. The second act begins in a new area, that means in Cyprus, on the following day. Here we have seen that two gentlemen stand on the shore with Montano. Montano, you know Montano, the governor of the Cyprus. And a third gentleman arrives with the report that the Turkish fleet has been wrecked in a storm at sea and they are completely destroyed. Okay. Then a ship with Cassio reached the shore, and later another ship where Iago, Roderigo, Desdemona and Emilia came. Then at the end the ship of Othello also reached the harbor. As they wait for Othello, Cassio goes to Desdemona and clasping her hand. And this was the scene when Cassio actually clasping the hands of Desdemona Iago, hiding on the opposite side, tells the audience that he will use a little a wave of this. Actually, he wants to use the situation of clasping the hand in a good manner in his sense. Okay, Othello at the time arrives, also greets his own wife, and announces that there will be a great of enjoyment. Okay, they are going to celebrate as the Cyprus's safety is concerned. So they are now free from Turks. So all things are going rightly. Once everyone has left the place, that means the stage, Roderigo is going straight to Iago and tells that he has no chance of breaking up Othello's marriage. That means that guy, that means the Roderigo, who is very much infatuated with Desdemona, he is so much keen that of getting Desdemona earlier, that so he always convincing Iago that do something for me. And at that time, Iago assures Roderigo that as soon as Desdemona's blood is concerned, Desdemona is a very fair maiden. On the other hand, Othello is a very black kind of girl, boy. So the match is not so much exciting. So after a few days or a few months later, Desdemona's thrust of sexual desire will rouse, and as a result, Desdemona could deviate from the match. So that's kind of a silly explanation has been given by Iago to Roderigo. The next scene, it also the continuation of the second act. In that act, we found that Iago in his own mood, that means he is in a soliloquy, and he is explaining to the audience that eliminating Cassio is the first crucial step for him, and by that he can also ruin Othello. That night he gets Cassio drunk. That night was going on a party for the celebration of Turkey's fleet's destruction, and then sends Roderigo to start a fight with him. First of all, apparently they are provoked, especially Roderigo, and Cassio chases Roderigo across the stage. And while going to the backstage, Cassio come in a close contact with Monteno, and unfortunately Cassio stabs him, thinking of him as Roderigo. And at the time, Iago sends Roderigo to raise alarm in the town. The alarm is rung, and Othello, who previously said that the place should be a very calm, cool, now seeing such consummation, some sounds, he arrives at the stage. And then Othello demands to know who began the fight. And the tactic of Iago. He just tried to feign reluctance to implicate that his friend Cassio, actually he just wanted to not to say anything. But he ultimately tells the whole story to Othello. Othello then strips Cassio's rank of lieutenant. Cassio is extremely upset, and he laments to Iago. Actually, he thinks at that moment that Iago was his friend and still is his friend. Okay, and once everyone else has gone from the stage, he's told that his reputation has been ruined forever. And at the time, being a good, actually he is not a good one, he assures Cassio that he can get back into Othello's good graces by using his wife Desdemona as an intermediary. Yes, the plan now growing furthermore. In a soliloquy, Iago tells us that he will frame Cassio and Desdemona as lovers, and by making that, he could rouse the jealousy of Othello. And in an attempt at reconciliation, Cassio sends some musicians to play beneath Othello's window. Actually, Cassio wanted the romance between Othello and Desdemona could go further. And Othello, however, seeing this, the musician, he told them that go away. Hoping to arrange a meeting with Desdemona, Cassio then asked the maidservant of Desdemona to go to Othello and do some favor to him, to talking with him. And at that time, Iago also passes by and tells Cassio that he will get Othello out of the way so that Cassio can speak privately with Desdemona. And at the time, Iago and other gentlemen also went out for the town to look something else. So that's how the Act 2 completed. Now, the Act 3. Act 3 begins in such a moment that Desdemona is quite sympathetic to Cassio's request. Cassio goes there and tries to request them. Promises that she will do everything she can to make Othello forgive his former lieutenant. As Cassio is about to leave, Othello and Iago return. Just look at the picture. And at that time, feeling uneasy, Cassio leaves without talking to Othello. Othello then inquires whether it was Cassio who just parted from his wife. And at that moment, Iago, who was standing beside him, beginning to kindle Othello's fire of jealousy. And he replies to him, "No, sir, I cannot think it." That he would steal away so guilty like, seeing you coming. That occurred in Act number 3, scene number 3, and the line number is 37 to 39. You are actually seeing that person. Now, Othello becomes very much upset and moody, and Iago furthers his goal of removing both Cassio and Othello by suggesting that Cassio and Desdemona are involved in an affair. So he just pinning something on the toes of Othello. Then Desdemona enters to Othello, and she started reinstating Cassio, that Cassio as lieutenant, and add to Othello's almost immediate conviction that his wife is unfaithful. So actually, she went there and started saying that, please give back the poison to Cassio. He is a good guy. So this further kindles. Actually, Desdemona does not know what is going through the mind of Othello. Actually, the seed of hatred is started putting in the heads of Othello by Iago. So it was completely unknown to Desdemona. So that's why she goes to him and tells the good thing. Desdemona is a very simple and honest girl. So she just doing her own deeds. Then, after Othello's conversation with Iago, Desdemona comes to call Othello to suffer. And finds him feeling unwell, she tries to do something in favor of him, and then she brings the handkerchief to wrap around Othello's head. But he finds that the handkerchief is very short. So at the time, she and Othello doesn't care about the handkerchief, and the handkerchief fall there. And that's how that happened in the incident. And then the Act 3 also proceeds such like that. Desdemona and Othello go to dinner, and at that particular moment, the handkerchief, which was already fallen in the ground, picks up by Emilia, and mentioning to the audience that Iago has always wanted that kind of handkerchief for him. Iago, finding this handkerchief, was feeling ecstatic. And then, when Emily gives him the handkerchief, which he plants in Cassio's room. Okay, actually, he just put the handkerchief on the Cassio's room, and he just do that as to show that it's kind of evidence of the love affair between Cassio and Desdemona. When Othello demands that, what is the proof? You were continuously saying that there is an affair between Cassio and Desdemona. So can you give me some proof of that? And he told that Desdemona's handkerchief, that was the first gift of Othello, which he gave to her, it was not with Desdemona, it was given to Cassio. Okay, then Othello vows to take vengeance on his wife and on Cassio, and Iago also at the time boasts that he will also help uh, Othello for the revenge. And then Othello goes to Desdemona, and later on that evening he demands the handkerchief of her. But she tells him that she does not have it. And at that time, Desdemona tries to change the subject matter and talking of Cassio's behalf. And that more and more kindle the rage in Othello. When Cassio comes on stage, wondering about the handkerchief he had just found in his chamber, he is greeted by Bianca. Actually, Bianca, Bianca is a kind of prostitute whom always you know, favored by Cassio, and he's going to marry her. And that's how the Act 3 ended. And now Act 4. We have found that though Iago's machinations, Othello becomes so consumed, actually Othello becomes so much jealousy that he falls into a trance and has a fit of epilepsy. Actually, he's fainting. Look at the picture on the left side. And then as he reaches on the ground, Cassio comes by. And Iago tells him that when Cassio to come back in a few minutes to talk. Once Othello recovers, Iago tells him of the meeting he has planned with Cassio. He put Othello on some hiding places and then told him, just listen what I am going to talk with or I'm going to discuss with Cassio. And at that time, Cassio and Iago was in a conversation where Iago asked him about the girlfriend of him, that we know Bianca, but at the time the listening, the words sharing between them, and the sharing of handkerchief by Bianca misjudged by Othello, and he thought that it was Desdemona who is giving the handkerchief, and then the discussion was about all Desdemona. So he became more and more enraged against Desdemona. When in the next scene that we find that when Desdemona enters with Ludovico and other, he subsequently gives Othello a letter, and at that letter he's not at the mood of listening any news. Othello goes over the edge and striking Desdemona on his cheek. Look at that in the picture. He's slapping Desdemona. And that night, Othello accuses Desdemona of being a whore. He ignores her protestations, and seconded by Emilia, too, that she is also innocent. Iago, at that time, playing another dark trick. When Desdemona is in depression, he goes to her and tells that Othello is simply upset about the matters of the state, not about her infidelity, which he is actually plotting. Later that night, however, Othello ominously tells Desdemona to wait for him in bed, and he also told Desdemona that she should send away Emilia. And meanwhile, Iago also assures the still complaining Roderigo. Actually, Roderigo is now more and more hungry to get Desdemona. That everything is going as per as his plan. In order to prevent Desdemona and Othello from leaving, now he's actually talking of that news. That from Venice, the news came that there is no fight, so Othello and Desdemona should come back to Venice again. So if Roderigo, Desdemona and Othello come back there on Venice, so what will be the love of Roderigo? So he suggests that Roderigo must kill Cassio, so that the lieutenant will not be available there. So Othello must be there in Cyprus to maintain the situation there. Then he will have a clear avenue to his love. That means then Othello would be there and also Desdemona also be there. So if somehow he can manage to kill Othello, so Desdemona will be completely of Roderigo. So such kind of plot was going in the mind of Iago, and he's explaining to Roderigo. Now we are extending to the last part of the play, and the last part we have facing that Iago instructs Roderigo to ambush Cassio, but somehow Roderigo misses his attack to Cassio. On the other hand, in spite of hitting her, Cassio wounds him instead. Look at the picture. Cassio wounds him. Then Iago wounds Cassio. Okay, and Iago wounding Cassio, he ran away. And at that time, Cassio killed Roderigo completely. Ludovico and Graziano entered to see what the commission is about. And later, Iago enters shortly thereafter and flies into a pretend rage as he discovers Cassio's assailant Roderigo, whom he murders. And Cassio is taken by other soldiers for the treatment. Meanwhile, Othello stands over his sleeping wife in their bedchamber, and he is now completely determined to kill her wife. Desdemona wakes up and attempts to plead Othello. She asserts her innocence, but to Othello, he is a manner of affirmance to him, and he killed Othello. Sorry, he killed Desdemona. And you are also seeing the picture on the left side. And at the time, Emilia enters with the news that Roderigo is dead. Othello asks if Cassio is dead too. Actually, his jealousy of Cassio is that they are in relationship. That means Cassio and Desdemona. So he wanted to listen the news of Cassio's death. And when he listened that he's not dead, he felt very sorry. After crying out that she has been murdered, that means Desdemona has been murdered, claiming that she had committed. When Othello was trying to murder him, she was not completely died. She just had a little bit of sins, and she was telling to all the present member of the room that Othello did not kill him. Actually, she has committed the suicide. And the act also continues, and in the last part of the act we have seen that Emilia asks Othello what happened, and Othello tells her that he has killed Desdemona for her infidelity, which Iago brought to his attention. Then Monteno, Graziano, and Iago come into the room. Iago attempts to silence Emilia, but who realizes that Iago has done all the treachery. At first, Othello insists that Iago has told the truth, citing the handkerchief as evidence. Once Emilia tells him how she found the handkerchief and gave it to Iago, Othello is crushed and begins to weep. He tries to kill Iago, but is disarmed. Iago kills Emilia and flees, but he is caught by Ludovico and Monteno, who return holding Iago captive. They also bring Cassio, who is now in a chair because of his wound. Othello wounds Iago and is disarmed. Ludovico tells Othello that he must come with them back to Venice to be tried. Othello makes a kind of speech about how he would like to be remembered. Then he kills himself with a sword he had hidden on his person. And this is how the play ended, with the death of both hero and heroines, that means both Desdemona and Othello. And the play closes with a speech given by Ludovico. He gives Othello's house to goods to Graziano and orders that Iago should be executed. And that's how the play ended. I think the video was a little bit of longer, so I think I could able to deal little better, but may have do some mistake. So if I have done some mistake, please forgive me, and thank you for your kind attention, and have a good day. Thank you.